Okay, go ahead and turn your speaker off, your microphone off, because then we have a little less reverb, and then we'll take questions as we go. So every meeting, what we're going to do is we're going to open up in prayer, and we're going to close in prayer, just like we would do at a dance workshop if you were with me. Okay, and so I'll do it today, but then on the rest of the meetings, you'll take turns doing that. Okay, we might have one open, one closed, one open, so you do both of them. Okay, so Father, thank you so very much for the opportunity to come before you and worship together, Father. And I pray that we would gather more of your heart, Father. And thank you for the ministries that you've given and the ministries that you're giving us. And Father, that we may accomplish your will in Yeshua's name. Amen.
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 So what I'm going to do is we're going to do introductions. We're going to start off with some introductions. Maybe everybody can share for up to 1 minute a little bit about, where you are in regards to dance and dance ministry. If you are leading a dance ministry, if you're planning on doing a dance ministry, if God is calling you to a dance ministry, if you're currently doing it, or anything you'd like to just give us, say where you are as well. Okay. Let me just, okay, I'm going to just start up here. Carol is not in yet. Hold on. I don't see her yet, but hold on a minute. 1 second here. Nobody's waiting. So hopefully,
She said she didn't get the Zoom link.
She didn't get the Zoom link. Okay. Hold on 1 second.
But Beth put it in this WhatsApp here.
Okay. Beth, did she just put it in WhatsApp? Hold on 1 second. I'm sorry about this. We can get doing
I posted the link in there. She left a message on WhatsApp. She couldn't find it, so I posted it.
Okay.
Beth could email it.
Yeah, let me just resend it to her email.
Yeah, that was
Okay.
I just
Can
copied
you have to look at, hold on 1 more second. Sorry about that, folks.
And you did. Okay.
Okay, 1 second. Sorry about that. Somebody turn your mic off there real quick. Hold on a second.
Karen and Ann need to mute.
Okay.
And if you have both of them on, one of them is conflicting and making background noise.
Okay.
Turn your audio off on at least one of them.
I don't know where the audio is. It's not showing it. Oh, here. Okay. I made it that way.
That'll help with the feedback.
Also, I had to turn the volume off on my phone as well as push the mute for the Zoom on my phone so it stopped with the reverb.
Hold on a second. Okay, I'm just forwarding this to her.
Should I call her?
Yeah, just
Oh, no.
here we go. Okay, I think she's there. There we go. Okay, she's not there, but Bonnie just popped in. Okay, I tell her I just sent her the link and hopefully she'll come in there. Okay. Waiting room. All righty. Okay, hi. All right, so we're going to, did you have a question, Karen?
No, I was saying hi.
Hi, okay. All right, well, let's start. You're up in my corner there. And so go ahead and why don't you give us a little introduction, Karen?
Hi, Karen Stevens. I'm in Wichita, Kansas, and it's been pretty cold. I have been in ministry and worship for about 50 years. I'm 70. Yeah. So, hey, but I've had, yeah, I've had a time. I worked for the United States Bankruptcy Court for 3 federal judges back in the day. I have 3 grown children and 7 grandchildren. And yeah, I have loved dance since I was little. I was the one that I was always out in the front yard doing cartwheels and back bends and all kinds of things. But my family could not afford dance lessons, but I loved it. And we got free. There was a door-to-door person that came to the door that was selling Arthur Murray dance gift certificates. So they sent me to Arthur Murray dance little class, and I loved it. And I have been kind of trying to see where I fit in with dance. And finally, it was in my 30s and 40s that I found out about Israeli dance. And that I didn't have to have a professional or, ballet dance or anything, but I could kind of fit in that way. And I loved it. And I've been doing it. I have led dance, a little team in our church when I first got started with it. I have led different times, have been part of worship teams, and retired and started babysitting grandkids. I have been had been in Alaska for about 4 years with my daughter who is in the military. I also have a son who is in law enforcement. My husband's law enforcement. So we're either carrying Bibles or guns in my family. And I am a dance warrior. Just saying.
Yay. Okay, that's awesome. So what we're gonna do, we'll do like 5 intros and then we'll come back and do more intros, okay? So Anne, you want to give a short little intro?
There it goes. Can you hear me? Is that something in the background? Can you hear me okay?
You probably have
my name is
your,
Anne.
you probably have another device on the Zoom. So do you have your phone?
Yeah, I do have it by, should I move it away?
Yeah, or actually just mute. You could either, I would just say like mute your volume on that completely or turn it.
Yeah,
Yep.
it's muted on that one.
No, not the Zoom mute. You need to turn down the volume on your phone. That's what I had to do with mine.
Okay. Is that better? Can you hear me? Okay. Hi, my name's Ann Timothy, and I think I've always liked to dance, but I started Christian dancing probably in about, quite a few years ago, more contemporary praise and worship dance. And then years later, I was in Florence, Oregon, and they were doing Jewish dance. We had a small group where we would dance at church and we'd practice and we'd do the Jewish dance. And then they'd have us do like little performances at our small beach town church there. And it was a lot of fun, a lot of joy. And then I taught kids dance for quite a few years, but more Christian praise and worship dance with the flags and the more contemporary praise and worship dance. And then I met Mindy and Ralph. And so I'm getting to do the dance a lot more, and I love it. I love it. I'm learning more about the Jewish dance. We went to Israel for the Beulah land, and that was amazing. So amazing. And so I'm practicing a lot. So a lot of the steps I'm rather newer at getting them down. And I absolutely love it. And so I have taught some dance. I had a small group at the YMCA. I kind of have it on a pause right now. I want to learn more and get better at it. And just I love praising and worshiping the Lord. And I'm having to work really hard on the steps to learn them. So pray for me. I just found out I have a new great grandbaby coming, little baby girl. She'll be due in July. I have 2 sons. One's a pastor, one's in heaven. And I have 4 grandchildren and 3 great-grandchildren. So I'm very thankful for that. I love the Lord. Going to Greece, Lord willing, with Joshua Aaron in May. And then to Israel for Shavuot. And anyway, just really enjoying this. And thank you all. You're all wonderful, loving people. I'm so glad that I met Mindy and Ralph, and they are just amazing. I thank God for the gifting that He's given them, and just what a joy to dance and praise the Lord together.
Amen. Thanks, Ann. All right. And it's Holocaust Remembrance today. So this is like, I feel like it's a really wonderful thing that we're coming together, to be here for that. And just before, I'm going to have Luann go next, but I had to go somewhere today, and I was like just listening to Christian radio, and I've never heard, they're so on the line, like it's almost like political correct Christian radio sort of. But the MC, I just happened to turn it on, and she was like talking about Holocaust Remembrance Day. And she was a missionary for years in Germany and visited the Auschwitz and the camps and many, times. And it was really good. So I was happy. I felt like, okay, good. Well, happy for such a solemn time. So we'll just kind of keep that in our back burner. So Luann, why don't you share a little bit? Yeah, and do your mic.
Okay, hi, I'm Luann. I live in Hudsonville, Michigan. And I've been dancing Messianic dance for, I don't know, 17, 18 years. And I was assistant director with Mary Ann at our congregation for a few years. I met Ralph and Mindy on their first tour, I think, Dancing Through the Land in 2009. So I've got 3 children, 2 stepboys and 17 grandchildren. I've got a few issues with I got 2 granddaughters that are not well right now. One's got leukemia. She was diagnosed in June, and the other one just got out of Teen Challenge. And she's got some issues. So those things have kind of been dominating my life for the last few months. I don't know, retired RN. And right now I'm just part of a dance team at our congregation right now. It's not a very big congregation, it's pretty small, and I'm not leading it at all. I don't have a ministry in dance right now, but we'll see where the Lord leads. You gotta unmute, Mindy.
Thank you.
There you go.
Thank you. I was gonna say, a few of you have been in our videos, and Luann was an early one in a lot of videos, along with her rabbi, Corey, and Mary Ann and all of that. So if you've seen any of the earlier ones, she's there with Mary Ann as well. So, and so is Michelle, and so is Bethelyn and Ann. So we're just blessed that you're a part of this as well. Let's do one more, and then we'll come back and do more. Go ahead and mute yourself. Michelle, Ann, you want to say a few things?
Shalom, shalom. Michelle Freilich. I'm a Jewish believer. I live in Satsuma, Florida, and enjoying warmer temperatures today. Could wear shorts and short sleeves. Hallelujah. So I've thawed out. I have been dancing all my life. I love to dance, though, of course, before Yeshua, it was clubbing. Hallelujah for salvation and transformation. And so I very much enjoyed country line dancing, ballroom dancing, and started Israeli dancing, ironically, after I got saved. But it wasn't until 2017 I got thrown into the fire by the leaders of my congregation when both their dance leaders quit, and I was voluntold, you're now going to lead dance. And so I laughed. I was like, I'm a dancer, not a dance leader. And they said, and you will lead dance. And so from henceforth was my journey in seriously leading. I could follow and dance in many arenas, but leading is very humbling. And so I'm so grateful for the opportunity because of how it's attuned my spirit to Holy Spirit and greater connection and intimacy with the Father, and just oneness with Him and oneness in the circle. And so I love Mindy. She's been a mentor and a sweet sister and friend to me for several years. We met at Sukkot in 2017. I've traveled to Israel with her, been in 2 dance projects, and looking forward to many more. and many dance camps and fellowship. And so I just love her and Ralph and thankful for them and the influence that they've had in my life to grow spiritually, emotionally, as well as in dance. So super excited to be with all of you and to be with my sisters Beth and Ann. And so it's going to be a great, great 12 weeks.
Amen. Amen. Thank you so much. We'll do one more because, and then we'll take a break and do something else and come back. So, Tammy, hi, Tammy, why don't you say hello?
Hello, everyone. So I am very new, I would say, to Israeli dance. I did worldly dance, of course, before I was saved also, and was a Christian many, many, many years, but was only recently introduced to being Messianic. So we've only been at our church with our rabbi for about 2 years now, and only started the Israeli dance just last summer. So our team leaders have been doing this, and I think you've come to our church at SAR many times. They have actually danced together for like 18 to 20 years. So they're very seasoned. So it's kind of intimidating coming into a team that's been dancing that long. But I took the camp this past summer and just decided to keep learning more and more and more. And I'm one of those people that when I start to do something, it's like all in 500%. And so that's what prompted me to do this class. I don't think I will be teaching on our team, but it was an opportunity basically just for me to continue learning. Oh, I guess family-wise, I have 3 children. I have 5 grandchildren. And we have, I am a fraud investigator for a living. And that's about me.
Wow. Thank you so much. It's so amazing. I think dance, I remember a long time ago, when Jonathan Sattel was still alive. And if you don't know Jonathan Sattel, you probably have heard of Paul Wilbur, but you know, he was a contemporary of him. It was just nobody like him. And I remember him saying something to the effect of, you know, it's good that you dance because dance keeps you young, you know, and it keeps you like a child, you know, young at heart too. So I think it's true because you all look like kids. So, you know, in a good way. So bless you all. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to do something else, and we're going to come back for Beth and Katie and Sarah and Bonnie and Carol for your introductions. Okay, if that's okay. I want to, I prepared a little bit of a kind of not really a PowerPoint, but just what we're going to go over today. Well, give me 1 second. Let me put this on here. Hold on a minute. Let me see if I can do this. Blah, 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 blah. Okay, hold on a minute. And screen. Hold on a minute. Screen. Okay. Okay, hold on a second. That's what I want. 1 second. Let me do that. All right. Okay, you can all see that. Give me thumbs up on that. Yeah. Okay. All right. So today it's our first week, and I just wanted to encourage you all. You know, the thing is you know, if our ministry is a certain way, it's because we've been doing it for so long, and it's just been through doing it that we do it, and we do it. We believe how God is leading us to do it. And if it's any good, it's only because of him. And I've often shared when we do workshops that more and more, it's really about what he wants to do, and the dance is the vehicle. Okay. And, most of you have heard my personal story, which I'm not going to go into, but the thing is that dance really ministered to me as a new believer because of where my life was. And I loved it. And I just kept doing it and was encouraged to do it, and eventually started to teach it. And while teaching and while leading, I learned a lot. So even though this course is 12 weeks, you'll get a lot, but the more you do it, the more experience you get doing it. And in many ways, it's, you learn as you do it. And every situation, every dance circle, every time you do it, it's different, because you are usually worshiping with other people, and I feel like it's really about the ministry to the people in what we do. Okay. So, today, of course, we're going to do, we had our opening prayer. And for those of you who popped in late, everybody, I did it today. I'm going to do it today. I'll close in prayer, but every meeting, somebody else will open and close. In our ministry, when we begin with our workshop, we always begin and end with a prayer, and it's very important. And I love Israeli dance. I love it because that's pretty much the bones for Messianic dance, the backbone. However, what is not always in Israeli dance is the Lord, or the concept of Yeshua. It's a very secular activity, though you may have believers in it. You may have people who are observant Jews. You may have all kinds of people in it. But I think, like, I've often share in the way of, food and sustenance. I really feel like Messianic dance is more substantive than Israeli dance, because you have the aspect of prayer, of the Lord in the midst of it. Okay, and we're going to continue with our introductions. But the first thing we're going to talk about is Israeli dance versus Messianic dance. That was on some of your what you'd like to get out of this class. Some don't know any of the history of either of them. We'll practice some basic steps, and I know that many of you have experience doing it, but I'm going to share how what I do. And none of you are me. You guys are you, and God has equipped you. But I'm going to share what we do, and then we'll just practice. Also, I know everybody received, if you didn't look at, I sent you an actual, the actual list of what they give you when you do Israeli dance in regards to steps. Okay, and we'll come back to that when we do our practice steps, but we'll go back to that. I'm going to just continue on right now. And by the way, if you have a question, just give me a sign, and, we'll take it. So we're going to go on right now. So Israeli dance. Israeli dance, what we do in Messianic dance is, our Messianic dance is Israeli dance steps set to contemporary worship music. Okay. And we do some Israeli dance. I love to include Israeli dance, but there are thousands and thousands and thousands of Israeli dances. Some are really secular, which is fine. For instance, there's some great sounds and some great songs, and you hear it and you go, oh, I love that. Oh, I love the rhythm. I love what it is. And then the lyric is about, like, I want to strangle my mother-in-law, seriously, or, some other provocative thing, or something that, there's a great dance. It's called BMW Black. You know what I'm saying? I'm saying some are very secular, but the dances that we tend to use in what we do are either dances, if we're going to use Israeli dance, it's about the God of Israel, the land of Israel, the people of Israel, holidays, folk dances that are geared to that. And I definitely have leeway in that, because when you translate when you translate a dance from Hebrew to English, you do, you lose something in that translation. It's just how it is. There could be a time error. So it might sound, kind of interesting what the lyric is translated to, but it may be very appropriate. Somebody had contacted me about At Vianney, which if you were in for that class, and I think I mentioned it to you, it's You and Me. It's a very old dance, and it's a beautiful song, but I presented it as a Shabbat dance because it talks about elements of Song of Songs and that love relationship, that covenantal relationship as believers that we have with the Father. And the Shabbat is it's one of those eternal covenant holidays that he has with us. So that's why, I chose to do that. So Israeli dance, basically it's biblical. We take the Israeli dance biblical. Many of the Israeli dances are about agriculture or hold on one second, let me come over here. Sorry about that. Agriculture and life cycle events, such as, a lot of the holidays are, based on like Shavuot, the harvest, or the wheat harvest, the barley harvest, the Passover. It's seeing the first grains that are showing their heads, or they could be about weddings and bar and bat mitzvah, and even a bris, or a time when a circumcision happens. These are, weddings. As I said, that's really what Israeli dance, some of those first Israeli dances were about, especially ones from the Bible, or dances based on events in the Bible. Also, Israeli dance, it has a strong identification with Israel and Judah, or Israel and the Jewish feast. Let me come over here, and Judaism. Okay. There is dance that we find in the Bible, of course, right? We know David danced, we know Miriam danced. There were times when the tribe of Benjamin, the women went out to look for husbands and dance. Yeshua, he alluded to dance, so there is dance in the Bible, and some of the extra writings, like in the Apocrypha, there is, things about dance as well. So dance did happen. The Psalms talk about dance. In modern Israeli dance, we don't really know exactly what happened, but Israel, after the temple was destroyed and Israel was, overcome by the Romans and by all the other people, there wasn't a lot of dance. People were either, displaced. They were displaced in the diaspora. They were out doing that, and dance continued. Usually people would express things through dance. Dance is not only in Israel. There are people who are, especially even who will be taking this course. We have somebody who is from I can't remember at the moment. I'm blank for a second, but we have people who are from different cultures outside, and dance is a huge thing. And when 1948 happened and everybody came back to Israel, all of the diaspora, the people who came back to Israel, came with their dances. Now, I think one of the dance camps that I was at recently, I know I was with Michelle Ann in Jacksonville last year, and it was the 100th anniversary of one of the first Israeli dances, modern Israeli dances. And modern Israeli dances are called nostalgic dances. In 1924, Baruch Agadati, he was one of the pioneers of the land before it was settled. He brought one of the first Israeli dances that we still do today. It's called Hora Agadati. That was in 1924. That was the only dance. Up until 1948, there were only a very, very few Israeli dances because remember, Israel hadn't been established again, okay? And, you know, all of the Jews were either in the diaspora, in the Holocaust, and there just wasn't dance going on in Israel. It wasn't until after 1948 that when Israel became a nation, when dance started to happen again. However, in the Hasidic movement, you might have heard like of the 17 and 1800s, Baal Shem Tov, he was the leader of the Hasidic movement in Eastern Europe. He was obviously an Orthodox sect. You've heard of Hasidic, you've heard of klezmer, okay? That klezmer, that Eastern European music, he was very pro-dance. People should dance. And a lot of the quotes that I used actually in my study were from the Baal Shem Tov from that time where, you know, he had these awesome quotes that people should dance if they're sad, that people should dance, because he found that in the scriptures as well. Okay. 1924, let me come over here, or Agadati. And it's a very fun dance. You would never know it's 100 years old, but it's very fun. Like I said, very few dances before Israel became a nation. And this is a very interesting fact. Israeli and Jewish folk dancing actually started in the United States before Israel became a nation. And these folk dancers were Devorah Lapson and Fred Burke. Okay. And what happened was, you know, a lot of people from Eastern Europe came. Do you remember Fiddler on the Roof? I want to go back there. Remember Fiddler on the Roof? And, you know, Tevia's family, they're getting ousted out of their shtetl, their little place. They're getting ousted. They're being kicked out of their home. Well, a lot of them emigrated to the United States. I mean, some of them actually went to Israel and settled the land. But when they got to the United States, you know, anti-Semitism. So everything's it's strange. There's a lot of things that are based because of anti-Semitism. People went to Israel because of anti-Semitism. All of the Holocaust, anti-Semitism, the pogroms, anti-Semitism. Well, the reason they started to do Jewish folk dancing was to have a sense of Jewish pride. And so these two people, in their own, I don't know that they knew each other, but let me see if I can move this over. Maybe I can't, but anyways, I think Devorah, she was a descendant of a Hasidic leader, Dov Ber. She studied movement and drama and mime from 1929 to 1970. So she was here. She traveled to Palestine because Palestine, Israel, before it was in 1948 reestablished, was called, you know, Jewish Palestine. Poland, North Africa, and Israel to study dance style, culture, and costumes. 1932, she was able to get dance instituted in Jewish schools and JCCs. So, I mean, this is even before Israel, but people, you know, when they came, you know, people came as a result of being ousted. They came to the United States for a better world. A lot of Jewish people came because of persecutions. And it was a way to establish a form of being proud to be a Jew. Her works and performance pieces were inspired by Jewish customs and Zionist ideology. She created a production for opera as well as Jewish and Yiddish theater. In 1949, finally, she traveled to Israel and did productions for the kibbutzes. Can you imagine? This woman who was an American goes and teaches, you know, the Israelis to begin to understand their place and to do dance. And she was a consultant for the Broadway production of Fiddler on the Roof, which has been around for quite a long time. Okay, me just go here, so I can enter. Hold on a minute. Let me go one more. Let's see if I can do it. Okay. Okay, Fred Burke. Fred Burke, he enjoyed Palestinian folk dance. He thought it was fun, but also a tool for Jewish identity. In 1951, he established the Jewish Dance Division and began to hold weekly classes. Starting with the second annual Israeli Dance Festival, he began choreographing presentation. He started making Israeli dance recordings with Tikva Records. So for years and years and years, when I'd get Israeli dance music, there was like Kef. Kef was a huge dance producer. He was probably one of the ones who produced these Israeli dance music records. He led one of the first dancing tours to Israel. And so he would take people there to go dance in the land. In 1968, he founded and directed the Israeli Folk Dance Institute of the American Zionist Youth Foundation. I want to say something. You know, when I was young, and part of my story is I had experienced, anti-Semitism as a kid. My parents sent me to Jewish summer camp. It wasn't like you go to the Poconos and stay for 2 weeks. Mine was like a day camp in California, and you'd go, and that was one of the activities that they did, was this folk dancing. And as a little kid, I loved it. It spoke to something really deep to dance. And I think the first dance I learned was Nagunatik. And if you don't know it, that's the one where you go 1, 2, 3, 4 step, clap, clap, step, clap. And then part 2, snap, snap, and out for 4. It's a very easy dance that we use quite a bit, but it really, for me, I totally relate that it is a tool for Jewish identity and a very healing thing. And so even now, when we went to Israel to see people dancing through this horrible thing that they experienced on October 6th, because several of us went and saw so many people participating in the dance, that was a way to connect with who they are, connect with one another, and be together and heal. Really, I think healing is definitely part of it. Hold on a minute. Let me see if I can get over. Come on. I can pull it. Oh, come on. No. Go back. Let me go back. Okay. All right. So this is my thought, this is the truth. Okay. And all of these I have where I got this information for, so you can let me know. Today Israeli folk dance enjoys a wider population than ever and enriches Jewish education with programs on every continent and for every age group, including teacher training. You can go in every state, there's Israeli and Jewish folk dancing. In Israel, every day, there are many, many, many classes. Even now, even while a war is raging, people dance. And it's a very wonderful thing to participate in. Okay, Messianic dance. Okay, most of you probably know. So Messianic dance is an outgrowth of the Messianic movement. The Messianic movement is an outgrowth of the 70s Jesus movement. Okay, there was a big Jesus movement. If everybody saw that, well, some of you may have been there. I wasn't a believer in the 70s, but the congregation that I went was a Messianic congregation. Those leaders came to faith in the Jesus movement. Okay. And what happened was many, many Jews were coming to faith as well. And, several, like Jews for Jesus, came out of that movement. And Jews for Jesus really was a place where Jews, it would be like Jews trying to get other Jews saved and get them into the church. What's different about that in regards to Messianic Judaism is Messianic Judaism wants to see itself as another branch of Judaism, in that there are Jewish people who believe in the Jewish Messiah, Yeshua, okay? And they live accordingly, following a biblical lifestyle. And you have variances from here to there. It can be more orthodox in its expression, more, I don't know, more Christian in its expression, but many have taken up the Israeli dance as part of it. And a lot of wonderful music came out of that the Jewish Jesus movement, such as a group called Lamb. And Lamb, the original people of Lamb, shaking your heads, yeah, Lamb, the original was Joel Chernoff and another fellow who passed away, but they made this incredible music. And you know, they were all so many people in the Jesus movement were like hippies, and then they, you know, they got saved, and many cleaned up, and but a lot of the modern Messianic movement came out of that, and Messianic dance was a product of that, which was just another expression of worship within the Messianic congregations. I came in 92 to the Messianic congregation, and I loved it because it reminded me, you know, I didn't have to, from my background, as you know, many of you know that I had a lot of anti-Jewish shame in me. I didn't really want to be Jewish, but when I walked into this Messianic congregation, I was just brought in, and it was like being home, and part of the expression was dance. And where I was in my life, it was very challenging. And when I danced, I felt better, and I loved it. And I just danced as part of my worship. And it was an intimate place for me. It was intimate because I was dancing with Yeshua. And I did not come by way of the church, so I was totally unfamiliar with, you know, Christian praise, or, you know, Christian dance, even flags, banners. They didn't do it at our congregation, so I was like, you know, I don't even know what that is. But it was familiar because when I went to summer camp when I was a little girl, it reminded me of that communal expression, except they were praising the Lord in it, and I loved it. Personally, I found that because after a while I could get it, you know, like I remember thinking, oh, I got this. Wow, I'm doing really good. And boom, I'd fall right on my face. And it was like the Lord just taught me right off the bat that, hey, you know what? This is not about you. It's about me. And anytime you want to glorify yourself, I'm gonna put you on your face. And it was very humbling, and I knew that's what was happening. I totally understood that, you know. And so it always, for me and for what the ministry is, has to be about him. And you know, and that's it. And I have a love to share that. And that's what been our vision on that. So at this point, does anybody have any questions or anything anybody wants to say on that? Are you okay? Okay. I only see a few of you right here. So let me see. I don't see anything. Okay. Everybody's looking okay. Okay, good. All right, let's continue. It's not very much longer. Let me go here. Okay. Messianic Dance Camps International. So this is some of our things, our things that we really feel are important in this ministry, which I hope people agree with it. Okay. Because I think whatever prompted you to be here, I think you may not know that, but it's what we are. This is part of how we are. Okay, so therefore encourage one another and build each other up, just as in fact you are doing. It's very important to love our brothers. That's really important in the dance, you know, and the more I do it, I think I've said the dance is almost secondary to what we do, you know, it's just how it is. Philippians 2:3, do nothing out of selfish ambition or vague conceit, rather in humility, value others above yourself, not looking to your own interest, but each of you to the interests of the other. Sometimes it's hard to do that because I think in this type of ministry, you know, it's hard. You lead, you know, and you want to be in control, but really it serves the Lord best if you keep putting it unto him. Let me see if I can move this. Hold on a minute. Okay. A new commandment. So John 13:34-35. New commandment I give to you, that you love one another just as I have loved you. You also are to love one another. By this, all people will know that you are my disciples if you have love for one another. Sometimes in doing dance, you know, you meet people that aren't very nice, just like anywhere else. And so, you know, you do your best, you know, you do your best, but really, you know, we try to do what we do, just loving who God has brought to dance with, you know, to dance together. This is really important. Okay. And I think this is really important because I've been in so much school. Okay. And plagiarism is really not that that's what I'm talking about. Plagiarism. Pay to all what is owed to them, taxes to whom taxes are owed, revenue to whom revenue is owed, respect to whom respect is owed, honor to whom honor is owed. You know, it's important to give credit to, you know, if I'm using somebody's dance, if I have a teacher who taught me, you know, even if they weren't very nice to me, I will give them the honor and respect. If I go into a place, I always try to introduce people I know who are them, you know, let them know that, you know, this person, it's their ministry or whatever. I think you probably understand. Respect to whom respect is owed, honor to whom honor is owed. I think it's very important to do that. And it might feel like you're giving your power away, but you're not. You're honoring the Lord by doing that. Okay, so we'll come back to this. I'm going to unshare this right now. Come back. All right. How's everybody doing? That was our teaching for today. Okay. Anybody have any questions, comments, anything before we go on? Are you okay? Okay, good. All right. Okay. All right.
Indy,
Yes.
I don't know what's going on with my camera, but you can't see
Oh,
me right now.
oh, okay, Bonnie. Okay. Is that Bonnie?
Yes,
Okay.
I don't know what's going on with it. It's just, it's on. It's just not doing what it's supposed to do. So
Do you, there's not a red, like a line through it or anything like that?
there's a line through a start video.
Okay, then
So
click on that. Click on that. Did you click on the line?
yes,
And now what? Let's see.
it's still there.
The line, try clicking on it again.
Bonnie, are you on a Windows or a Mac?
It's a Dell laptop. I'm
Okay,
not
so
computer savvy.
that's okay. It's a Windows. So when's the last time you restarted your computer?
Just this weekend.
Okay. Are you using Zoom through the app or through the website?
I guess through the website.
You might consider just, you know, logging out and logging back in, like closing it out. And then if that doesn't work, depending on, you know, if you're updated, you have the most up-to-date software, you can download the app. That might be easier for you.
Why don't-
I'll do that for the next class. But
Okay,
I
just,
didn't know where I was at for tonight.
okay, I knew you were here. I just didn't see you. So, okay, try to do that. I saw you last week, so that's good.
No.
Okay.
Also,
Oh.
I don't know if it's, I'm not really good technically, but I know on my laptop, I have to turn the camera on. It's a little button on the top. And if it's off, it goes black. Like that.
Oh,
But
yeah.
if I turn the camera on, it's at the top of my laptop, then it's on. I don't know, just a thought.
Is that something that seemed like doable or not?
Well, the camera appears to be on. It's not part of the laptop.
Hmm.
You have an external camera, or you're saying it's not a built-in camera, it's external?
Correct. It's external.
So you'd probably have to reboot, or you could have sorry, I used to be tech support for a long time. So you could also have like a driver missing. You might need to update your drivers, but that's all obviously for later.
Okay.
Okay, we'll work on it. Don't worry about it. Tonight, we're just going to, do your best on that. So let's just go over steps. Okay, I know a lot of you know steps. I wanted to go over the step list, the Israeli dance step. So there's lots of lists. There's lots of dance lists. And in Messianic dance, we sort of like are a smorgasbord of steps. Okay. And I thought for myself, when I took that Israeli dance class, I thought, well, I had the most up to the date, steps. I've been doing dance for years and years and years, but they don't use a few terms, and they use a few terms that I totally don't use at all. So I just wanted to, if you have that list, basically they had a whole teaching on arm positions. I've been Israeli dancing quite a long time. I've seen thousands of Israeli dance instructional videos, and they don't say, okay, we're going to have our arms in T position or V position or W, and that's okay. They don't, they just do it. And so I'm just saying, if you don't do that, it's okay with me, because I don't do that. And they just, this is the list was just what they gave us. And I like the list because since we are doing Israeli dance steps, it's good. There's another thing, most of everything forward and backwards and fast and slow. That's how I would put it. Under balance, between balance and cross steps on the second page, I think I mentioned this, they don't say coupe. And I don't know why, because coupe is like a great step. It's exactly what it is. If anybody's done any kind of dance or jazz or ballet, you do a coupe, and that's what it is, a coupe. In Messianic circles, not all of them, but in the where I learned, coupe. And so I think we were doing this one dance that I've done. I know in this Israeli course, they went through it, and I knew it, Al Sedenu, which is coupe. It was on the last project. It's a great dance, but they don't say coupe. They say step cross. But I'm including coupes for sure, because we do that. We're here in the US. We say that. It's, I'm not teaching it in Israel, so it's okay. There are some things that they do something called a chug. We've done it in a couple of dances, and I'll show you what a chug looks like, just so you know, and you're probably going to go, oh, we did that in something, or I've done that. Let me just show you. You don't have to know this, because I'm not going to ask you to. Also, when you dance, what I would do is I would have a middle. Hold on one sec. Let me see it. Can you see me okay? Yeah, I would have a middle and a centerpiece. Now, I decided not to draw a line on my floor because, as long as you have a middle, you'll be fine on that.
You have to move this.
I'm just gonna do a chug step. A chug step generally is like this. Step chug. Okay, step chug. I mean, you feel like saying step chug. We don't do it a lot, but that's it. Okay.
The slide.
Step chug. It's kind of like a soupy sail slide as you hop forward, sort of. So that was one thing. And I'm trying to remember the name of the dance. It's an Israeli dance that we do. But I really haven't put any chugs in any of my stuff, but you might. But a chug is something that we do. There's a few things that I can't even recall a dance that we did and they have step bend. Like they'll say a step bend instead of like a rock forward. Or they might say a rock forward. They do say that, but they say step bend. Let me see one other thing that I don't. It's a type of a Yemenite that they do. A left Yemenite with a brush or with a pivot. You know, I guess we do it. Step Yemenite with the heel. I mean, I suppose there are certain dances that we do that, but you know, that's something that we probably won't go over. We'll just go over, you know, regular steps that we use. But I think the coupe. What?
Teach your feet forward.
Oh, what jams? Oh, Ralph is saying we used a step chug on Teach Your Feet 4. Which one? Oh, we did a Lord God of Abraham and we did a step chug. Okay. Yeah. Okay. I think that's it. They call a like a cha-cha. They wouldn't say cha-cha. They'd say a polka step, or they'd say a polka step. I might say a step ball change. Okay. Box step, we might say a box step or a jazz square. Okay, I think it's probably it. And we'll go over some steps. I just picked steps that
Mindy,
use. Yes.
where did you get this list? I mean, I reviewed.
Oh,
the
okay.
Teach Your Feet, but-
Okay. So, this list, did you get it? I emailed it to you as an attachment. So it's on the email.
Just
Did you
today?
get? Well, emailed it. I emailed it once. It might have went to your junk because I emailed everybody together. But then can you check? Are you Carol? Let me just make sure I have your email. One email came back. Is that
Yeah,
Hotmail,
I
right?
don't have the Gmail anymore. I
You
do,
have
but that's
Hotmail.
my junk. Yeah, Hotmail.
Check and see if it went to junk because I BC'd everybody together, but it had the link.
I just got the Zoom today, like, you know, after we started. So that email just,
Did that email have the attachments on it too?
I'll look. I was so in a rush to get to class.
Okay, don't worry. You don't have to print them out now. The other thing is a paper that to read for next week. Okay, so don't worry about it. But this list was given to me. There's lots of lists. Like this one is the Israeli dance list that was given when I did my certification, my Israeli dance certification. I thought, you know, we're doing Israeli dance steps. You know, everybody should have what they do in Israel because in the US, people do pretty much whatever they want to do. The other one I think is really good is from Dancing for Joy, which is Murray Silberling's book years ago. It's so old. I think it's 1995. That has a big list of dance steps, like dance vocabulary in the back. I mean, if you want that, like I said, I think I picked this one up on eBay for $3, something like it was very inexpensive, but it has like a dance thing. And you can, I think this is pretty close. This would be pretty close to the Israeli dance step because this is how I learned, you know, and I also learned with their curriculum and Israeli dance curriculum. So I was learning on Israeli dance videos back then, and that Messianic curriculum. That's really good. That was our leader from years ago. So, and I think, you know, the basic steps, Mayams, open Mayams, Yemenites, right and left Yemenites, polka steps, waltz steps, walking, balance, sways. Those are all steps that we use in everything that we do today. Chair Castilla's box steps. Okay, so why don't we go ahead and does anybody need a sip of water? Okay, or something? Okay. All right, why don't we all get up, and I'm not even going to do music today. And how about if I give you, find your dancing area. Let me see if I could see you all. And I know, Bonnie, I can't see you right now, but hopefully next week you'll get it there. Good. Okay. Carol, I see your calves. So I think you either have, yeah, let's try to go back a little bit. Now I don't see your calves. I see your head to your tummy. So I think you had to tilt it down a little bit more. Yeah, to see, go now back up. There you go. There's your feet. Okay. That's good. Tammy, I see down, I don't see below your knees. Karen, good. Luann, good. Sarah, good. Let's see, Katie, I see your knees up, down, if your head to your knees. So you put it down a little bit.
You want to see my feet?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, your legs, I mean, so, I love your face. It's just, there we go. Okay. All right. Great. Okay. Oh, good. It looks so good. Oh, very nice. Okay. So now let me hear everybody say hello loud. So Karen, go ahead. Oh, okay. All right. Okay. I guess you don't have your mics on. Okay, hold on. We'll do it one by one. We'll do it one by one. Okay. So let me move my thingy here. Let's just walk through some steps together. Okay. All right. We'll do it together. If you need to say something or ask something, run to your computer, turn off your microphone and or turn it on and say, hey, I have to say something. So we'll walk through them together. Okay. Okay. We're going to do Mayams to your left and to your right. We'll do one. Okay. All right. I'm going to cross, side, behind, side. If I was going to explain it, I would go, you bring your right over your left to the side, right behind, and left to the side. And I want all of you to pretend you have 4 beginning people who've never done any of these steps. But that's in 5 minutes. Let's just walk through the steps and then we'll pretend. Okay, right over your left, let's do one Mayam. Okay, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's do a Mayam to our right. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. I would teach it. I would if I would hope that I have, well, if the people are in the circle, okay, I have 4 people here. I would just very slowly tell them where to put their feet very nicely. Right over my left to the side, right behind, and left to the side. Okay, let's go ahead and do open Mayams. Open Mayams. I'm going to do an open Mayam to my right. So I'm going to start open, left goes in front, right to the side, left behind. Okay, open Mayam to my left to the side, right goes in front, left to the side, right steps behind. Okay. A Yemenite, right and left Yemenite. Now Yemenites, for those of you who've been doing Yemenites, I want you to think back to when you were first learning a Yemenite. Some of you may be learning a Yemenite and it might be a little challenging. So I want you to just think in terms of how you help somebody else process where the movement is. Okay, so we're standing on our imaginary circle, right steps to the side, left steps back, and right steps front. Let's do that again. Side, back, front, and then there's that hold. So we have 4 counts. Let's count it. 1, 2, 3, hold. Good. Let's do a left Yemenite. Left to the side, right steps back, left steps front, and hold. Okay. Let's do our back Yemenites, right and left back Yemenites. Remember, you have 4 counts, usually 3 steps. Right steps back, left joins it, right steps front, and you hold. Let's do the left foot. Left steps back, right steps to join it, left steps front, and hold. Let's speed those up a little bit. A right back Yemenite. 1, 2, 3, 4. Left back Yemenite. 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's do a coupe, right and left. Now, the thing is a lot of coupes, you step into it first, but a regular coupe, if I'm going to do a coupe to my left, all I'm going to do is cross my right over it, put my weight on it, and come back. Again, right, left, and back. Again, 1, 2, 3. Other way, coupe to my right, left goes over my right. 1, 2, 3.
Mandy.
Usually, yes.
If you're gonna do a coupe and you wanna call it a right coupe, we're gonna do a right and a left coupe.
Uh-huh.
This is my mind, correct me if I'm wrong. I would go right over left. I'm going to my left, but my right and my right leg is crossing over my left.
That would be a left coupe.
That's a left coupe, okay.
Yes, because you're going in the direction of the left.
Correct.
So that would be a left coupe, just like a Mayim.
That are going in that direction.
Exactly, just like a Mayim. If you were going to do a Mayim to your left,
correct.
Cross your right over your left.
Right, okay.
Now, a lot of times, like in Al Sedenu, we step into it first. So we step right. If I'm going to do it's like a step and then a coupe to the right. Step right, 2. It makes more sense. It's like, oh, I'm going to the right. I'm stepping to the right. Step left coupe. Step coupe. Okay. Depkas. Depka.
No, you can't see. You have to move back.
Okay. Depka. So it's a heel and a flat foot, and you put your weight on that right foot. So if I'm doing it on my right foot, right heel, right flat, and you put your weight on it, but it's fast. 1 hand. 1 hand. Heel flat. Heel flat. Same with a left. Heel flat. Heel flat. A lot of times we do a couple of them. 1 and 2 and 3. It's a kind of staccato like that. Now, in the Israeli dance steps, they do step, step, like jump, jump, or a little twisty. Jump, jump. They call that a depka jump. I probably wouldn't call it a depka jump. I don't see why they call it a depka jump, but that's what it is. Twist, twist, they would call it a depka jump. In Hora Agadati, 1, 2, 3, 4, they would do that. Okay. All right. Let's do a 3 count turn to our right. Okay. So, you want to stay on that imaginary line. And I think turns, in my experience in teaching new people, turns are hard, and you just got to give them direction. And really, the thing that I'm sure many of you know, if you work with new people, you want to encourage, you want to give praise, you know, you know, if they get it, encourage them to do it, because it's very easy to feel like everybody's watching and you're not getting it, and you know the teacher knows, the teacher makes it look so easy. So you want to be really encouraging, of course. Okay, so on that turn to the right, if I'm doing a 3 count turn to the right, I'm starting with my right foot. I'm going to go 1, turning it out, 2 and 3, making it all the way through. Right, left, right. I would tell them to start, anticipate the turn and start that right foot by turning it out to the right. Okay, so if you do a 4 count turn, you're gonna take 4 steps to do the turn. 1, 2, 3, and then close. Sometimes you cross on that. Same thing to the left. The polka or the step ball change, let's go ahead and do that. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Okay. And actually, I learned that as a Horace step, which it isn't, but it's a polka. Polka and polka, polka, or maybe even a little cha-cha or step ball change. Okay. Waltz. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, right, left, left, right, left. I'm thinking of more steps as we're going, and of course, a Cherkassia. A right Cherkassia. Let's do a right Cherkassia into the center. 1, 2, 3, 4, and a left Cherkassia. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. Step crosses, open and cross, open and cross, open and cross, same thing, open to the left, cross right in front, open. Now, this isn't a done list, as you know, dance and creating dance and dances that are choreographed, they can have crossing behind, they can do hopping Cherkassias. There's so many more. And I think in the video of the steps, there were lots of examples of different things to do. So are you ready to maybe try to speak some steps out and pretend that we'll take it one at a time. I'll give you a couple of steps and you can go ahead and pretend. And if anybody, actually what we'll do is we're going to start with Karen. Okay, so Karen, you're going to undo your microphone. Okay, so you got to come and undo your microphone. And why don't you pretend that you have, actually, why don't you pretend that Luann and Beth and Tammy, you're all in her circle. So you can stand up if you want, you might as well. And you're going to have them do, why don't you have them do a Mayim and a Mayim. Let's go do a Mayim to the left and a Cherkassia and just a continuing Mayim and a Cherkassia, but I want you to teach it to them. They don't know how to dance. So you got to undo your microphone. Can't hear it. Can you undo it? Let me see. Try to unmute it. Can't. Okay, wait a minute. That's okay. There you go. There you go. Okay.
Okay, I was kind of trying to find.
You're going to teach them how to do a Mayim. How about a Mayim to the left and a right Cherkassia?
And a right Cherkassia. Okay. Okay, we're left Mayim. We're taking right over left. Step left. Then Cherkassia to the right. Step and back and step together.
Okay. what I would have you do, that was great. That was great. Turn and face, put your back to the camera now. There you go. And let them watch you from behind. Okay. So take it nice and slow. You're doing great because now we can see you.
How
Go
many
ahead.
Okay, we're gonna do mine left.
Mhm.
So we're taking a right over left and step left. Right, doing right. And then right to the front, step together.
I think you
Yeah.
have a couple extra steps there. Let's try it again. Okay,
Okay,
4
thank you.
steps.
Okay.
You're okay.
Okay. Okay, all right, we are gonna do a left Mayan, right, step right over left, and step, oh God, okay. And we're
That
going to
was
do
good.
Right
Now-
step,
Okay, Karen, one more time. Now I want you to count each step. That was good.
Ah,
Yeah.
okay.
Count each step. Take 2 steps forward because we can see your calves, not your feet. Okay, there you go.
Okay, we're going to do a mind left.
Mm-hmm.
Do step 1, 2, 3, 4.
Good.
And then we're gonna go to the right.
No, just that's good. Now you're going to do a Cherkassia into the center with your right foot. Did you go over the?
Yes, okay, Cherkassia, right, step right, and step left, back, and up. Right, step left, I'm stepping back. Okay.
Do it
step
again. Count it.
Right, step back, and up, right?
Good. Yeah, count it now. You should have 4.
Okay, okay, step right, 1, back left, 2, 3, and together, 4.
Okay, let's do it again. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. Good. Very good. All right, do it again. Do the whole thing together. 2 steps. That was really good.
The Mayan and the Cherkassia?
Uh-huh.
Okay. Oh, and am I doing it this way?
Yeah, so now, okay, these people, these people have never danced before. They're freaked out. They're like, they want to do it and they're looking to you to do it. And they're like, Mommy, show me how to dance. No, they want to learn. And so I think that a lot of times, because I tried to learn a lot of dance, with people, of course, but, on video, and they would stand right face in front of you. And so you have to do it. So sometimes standing with your back to people, when you're showing.
Because then they can see it and do it. I've been doing that with you on your videos.
There we go. There we go. All right, that's good. Good. All right, that's good. Good. You're doing great.
You're pretty good. It's just
Okay.
myself. Okay.
All right, go ahead.
All
right. Uh-huh.
Mine left.
Okay, go ahead.
All right. So are we taking a right? 1, 2, back right, 3, and 4.
Okay, so just count it now, because that was good. You don't, just count it.
Oh, okay, all right.
Here we
go. Okay, Mayan to the left.
Mhm.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Perfect. I think that, if you can either count it, explain it, what you're going to do, and then count it, because it definitely has 4 counts. It's harder to say it and count it at the same time, as you just got there. So do it again and say what you're going to do, and then count it just like that, and do the same thing with the Cherkassia.
Okay, we're going to do a Mayan left. Take your right foot. 1, 2, right back. 4, 3, 4.
Okay.
Now, Cherkassia. We're going to go in this way.
Yes.
All right, turn right. We're going to do a right Cherkassia. Step 1, 2, 3, and 4.
Yeah, I would cut the and out right there. But what I would do first for you, just for the future, is
Yeah.
when you demonstrate it, teach it. Okay, you step forward and on your right, you step on your left, you step back on your right, step on your left. Do that a couple of times with the people, right? And then count it, do it and count it. You don't have to say, you already said what you're doing, but then you can count it and get that rhythm. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay,
So,
good.
right, left, now.
Exactly. Now count it. You said what you're doing.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Perfect. Perfect. Thank you. Thanks for going first. You broke the ice. Good. All right. Okay. Let's go to Carol. Carol, I'm going to have you do two things. I'm going to have you first, I want you to give a quick little introduction, just 1 minute, just or less, just say, something about yourself. And then I'm going to give you a couple of steps to do. And Karen, you can put your mic back on, and Carol, you can unmic.
Yeah, you say mic on off.
Yours off, Karen. Carol, let's see, find your little mic. There you go. You're off. Go ahead, Karen. Carol, nope. Yeah, there you go. No. Say. All right. Let's see. All right, we might come back to you, Carol. Okay, hold on. Okay, we'll come back to you, Carol. Okay, Tammy, why don't you go and will you give a couple of steps here? Okay, there you go. Why don't you do do you feel comfortable doing
I got
right
it.
oh, okay, all right, okay, Tammy, we'll come back to you. Carol got her mic. Okay, so go ahead, Carol.
I don't know what is freaking out on me. Okay, so you want me to say something about, my name is Carol Bertolini. I have no furniture in my living room because we're just moved to Pennsylvania and we're redoing the floor. So lots of space to dance. I got to dance because my parents were so concerned I was so clumsy. And so they took me to the doctor and said, what's wrong with her? And he did all these tests and he said, she's clumsy, give her dance class. And I never would have had dance class without my doctor telling my dad, give her dance classes. So I love dancing. And I came into Torah about 30 years and they didn't dance in the group. They kept the Sabbath, kept the holy day. Well, then one time I went to a feast site with somebody named Mindy Seta, and it was in Oregon at Canby Grove. And I saw this circle inside of circles and they were dancing. And I really felt the presence of Yeshua just dancing right there among them. And I was like, oh yeah, I've got to do that. I've got to be part of that group. So she took me under her wing and told me a few things, taught me a few things, mentored me. And 2 years later, we had a Hebrew Roots group grow in the area. And they said, oh, you're going to be the dance leader. I was going, oh, okay. So I got all Mindy's teachings out and just copied what she did and tried to do it. So I did that for about 10 years. And now I'm still part of my previous group that doesn't dance, and I'm trying to share the love of dancing. And they won't do it in the service, but they've let me do it for talent shows and let me do it on the side. So I really want to open it up to them because it's such a joy. And it's the way to love him with all your heart, soul, and mind. Okay, that was longer than a minute.
Nice, that was so great. And Carol actually went to Israel well, she didn't go with us. Her and her husband made a trip and they got to,
during Sukkot,
and they brought, Brian was in need of like 50 pounds of candy or something. And they brought this huge sack of, Brian is, those of you know Brian Slater, he is somebody we minister with in the land. So she showed up and we did a royalty dinner there and it was wonderful. And her hubby came. And so we love you very much. So
It's for the
Okay.
Holocaust survivors.
That's right.
And
That's right.
And what opened them up is that they had wine glasses and little drinks, but nothing in them. And so we asked Brian if we could like buy our table some drinks. And once they had a little bit of vodka, we didn't have enough money cash to do it ourselves. But we got all the Russians to do it, the Holocaust survivors. And once we gave them a shot of vodka, they had to pour it a little bit in ours because they wanted to share. And then they were just so friendly. They just wanted to take pictures with us, and we were dancing with Mindy and them, and it just opened up the whole world.
Was on that trip, you know, what Brian had us do, because we sat at the tables like we've done before, but we sat at the tables with all of these Holocaust survivors, and they were Russian, most of them.
No translators.
No translators. There were two that would kind of walk around the table and try to do that, but we did a lot of nonverbal communication, but it was very cool. But anyways, I would love you to teach. Can you teach, let's do, how about a right and left Yemenite?
Oh,
Right?
okay.
Right and
Well,
left
that was the
Yemenite.
hardest thing for me.
Okay, that's
dancing,
okay.
so
And
good.
then why don't you do right and left Yemenite? And why don't you teach these beginning people, which are going to have a hard time with the Yemenite, but maybe they're intermediate and they're ready for a Yemenite. So explain it and then count it.
Okay. Y'all be praying for me.
Okay.
Can you see me?
I can see your knees. Go back a little bit further or lower. Perfect. Perfect. Okay. Go ahead. Now you might want to turn, I don't know if you want to turn your back or not, or you can do it forward, or we can watch you, or whatever you'd like to do. We'll pretend.
Okay. I'm going to follow Mindy Setta's example. She
Okay.
first did it in front of them, and then she turned around.
Okay.
So this is the right Yemenite. It'll look like 1, 2, 3, pause. And left is the other one. I'm just gonna show it to you. Left, forward, whatever. Okay, that's the Yemenite. Now let's teach it. Okay. For a right Yemenite, put your right foot out, and then your left foot goes back. Your right foot joins it. Oh, wait a second. 1, 2, 3. I don't even know it.
Now that one, that looks like you're doing it with a hop. You can just put a hold there.
Okay. We'll do a back Yemenite.
We'll do it right. No, do it right. You want to do the back Yemenites instead?
Yeah.
Okay, so go forward a little bit so we could see your feet. Yeah, now turn around. Go forward. Like go. Yeah, there you go. Okay.
Okay.
All
So
right.
you take your right foot, go back,
Uh-huh.
let your left foot join it,
Uh-huh.
put your right foot forward, and then pause. So
Nice.
let's do that. Right foot back, left foot join it, right foot forward, and pause. Now we're going
Nice.
to count. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Good.
And then you can do it to the left. And it's left back, join it, left foot forward, and pause. So 1, 2, 3, 4. And you can do it to the side, and you can do hopping ones and all kinds of variety. Is that good enough?
Okay. That's good. That was very good. I think that because the Yemenites, the back Yemenites are a different breed than the regular Yemenites. They don't
Right.
even look the same, in my
I know
opinion.
you do the 3, 6, 12 thing.
That
on
is,
the clock.
see, the reason being, I didn't always at all. That wasn't even my like brilliant idea or anything, but it was like one way to explain it on those Yemenites. So sometimes
Right.
people get it and sometimes people don't, but that was like an easy one. But thank you very much. How about Beth? Beth, why don't you, first of all, give us a little teeny intro. You're looking good there. And then why don't you do a regular right and left Yemenite? And that was awesome, Carol, by the way. So go ahead and undo your mic and Beth. There you
Okay.
go.
Hey, everybody. So I've been doing dance in church. I came to the Lord about 4 years ago and got involved in doing dance in Christian church and banners, but got introduced to Messianic dance in 2018. And shortly after that, I met Mindy. I think it was at Messiah Conference 2019, and just really I love the way you teach, Mindy, just very encouraging. And I was, a little apprehensive, and I've been in other groups, and just, you don't compare to anybody else. Just, I love how encouraging you are. So,
Thank you.
yeah, just been doing the Messianic dance shortly, and I actually went to Washington State. Had a cousin that was part of a Messianic congregation. I thought, oh, I'm gonna learn it a couple of months, and then I'm gonna go back and teach it to my people back in my Sunday church. They weren't so enthusiastic, and I'm in the Austin area, and there really wasn't any Messianic congregations. So I've just recently moved to Houston. There's a big congregation there, Congregation Beth Messiah in Houston, and so I'm involved with the dance team, and I get to dance more often with a group that's already established. And so I'm really excited about this class, because I would like to just teach more people that I know that they would like to. It's just, I want to work on teaching skills. So thank you, Mindy, for doing this class.
Oh, you're welcome. And I teach how I would like to be taught, and but you do it for so long. And I think to be a loving person, to extend love, to try to make whoever you're teaching feel, welcome, included, loved, because I'm sure everybody's had an experience of, maybe not feeling that before. And so that's really been our heart in regards to the dance. And I think that's why, it gets a favorable response, and but that's just the heart. It's just trying to love like Yeshua would love, and
Being
it's
with
hard.
other dance leaders and others groups, not all leaders are like that. And
Well,
when you're new and you feel a little intimidated, or in
yeah,
my case where I'm babying because I've had injuries, and it's like, I know this, but I got to modify, and you
yeah.
encourage that. And so it makes a
Well,
difference. So I
okay.
really, appreciate that. And I want to learn from you.
Okay, well,
So let's
bless
do
you.
a
Okay, so
turn.
you just back yourself into the
All right.
corner there.
Are you
Okay,
Yemenite? I'm gonna do
let's do a right and left Yemenite. Okay, so what I would do is show it and then teach it.
Okay. So we're going to step on the right. It's a 4 count, but on the last one we pause. So we're going to step right, and
You know what? Just demonstrate it and then teach it. I'm kind of like changing things up as we're doing it a little bit to see, because I'm seeing what would probably work better for you, So demonstrate it and then teach it. And I wanted to say, if any of you have classes, I mean, this is what I try to do, and I always get to do it, but it works better. Let's say I get to a workshop and I'm going to do, whatever the dance is. I'm going to do this dance. Sometimes, because we don't always get the benefit, not the benefit, the luxury of being able to have a class for brand new beginners and advanced people. Usually everybody's together. And so what I'll do is I'll utilize the people who have experience to help me a little bit, go pull them in the middle. And many of you have been in that situation. It's like, come on in the middle right now, if it's a big group. Okay. And so that I can care for the beginning people. And what I'll sometimes do is teach a couple of the main steps that are going to be in the dance that we're going to do. Okay. So let's say we have a dance that's going to have 4 mayams, 2 sways, and 2 cherkasiyas. Okay. I'm just saying, well, I'm going to go and teach them right off the bat mayams, because mayams right off the bat are something that we're going to be using, and they could use and they could practice. And so I'm going to just kind of break the ice, or sometimes we'll get to a dance camp and we're not starting for 10 minutes or 15 minutes and everybody's standing there and they want to do something. And so it's like, okay, why don't we just go over some steps? So it's a good opportunity to then go over steps. But for right now, Beth, and everybody else, what I want you to do is just say, okay, this is what a right and left Yemenite looks like. And then I want you to teach it. Okay. Or whatever the step is. So go ahead, Beth.
Okay, so I'm gonna do a right Yemenite. And then a left Yemenite is just the opposite. And you'll notice there's a pause, so we'll do it again. And
why don't the second time, that was good. Why don't the second time now you count it?
okay, so 1, 2, 3, pause. And a left, 1, 2, 3, pause.
Good. And I would use that pause as a count. 4.
Okay.
Okay, go ahead, do it again.
1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Okay, on that 4.
It's not really a step. I didn't
Right.
pause.
1, 2, 3. Just hold it. Don't take the step on that. And
Pause.
I want to give you a note. Make your steps smaller because Yemenite steps are tighter. They're in a very small. So what you're doing, which is good, you're doing this 1, 2, 3 this way, but I want you to pause. 1, 2, 3. I want you to make it tighter. 1, 2, 3. I want you to take half of the distance between your steps that you're doing.
Okay.
Okay.
1, 2, 3, 4. 1,
Great.
2, 3, 4.
Great. Great. Okay. Now I want you to teach it.
Okay. So we're around.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So we'll step out. You can picture it like Mindy does. You picture like a clock on the floor, and our first step is going to be at 3 o'clock. And our second step is going to be at 6 o'clock. Oh, wait a minute. And our third step is going to be at 12 o'clock, and then a pause. And then we'll reverse that for the left Yemenite. First step will be at 9. The second step will be at 6. And the third step will be at 12. And then a pause. So let's
Okay.
again. 1,
1,
2, 3, pause. 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, pause.
Good. What I would do in this case now, first, when you teach it, I would use what feet you're using. Like I would go, so you're going to make a clock. Your right foot goes to 3. If you're going to use the clock, left foot goes to 6, right foot goes to 12, and I'm going to pause on that right foot because you're demonstrating it and people are watching. It's just like you hear it too. It's like hear it and say it. So go ahead and do that again. You're doing great. Everybody's doing great. Okay. I pray that you don't hear me in a critical way at all, but that I want to help your teaching, help your teaching. Okay. All right, go ahead.
So we're going to do the right foot is going to be at 3. The left foot is going to be at 6. And the right foot is going to be at 12. And then a pause. And then we'll do the right Yemenite. The right foot will be at 3. The left foot will be at 9. The right foot will be at 6. And the left foot will be at 12. And then pause.
Great. Now, the thing is that if you were really in a class, and you would say, I want you to get into everybody to get into the habit of like really pretending you're teaching in a class. Like I know what you're talking about, the clock method. Several here know what the clock is because they've either seen it or had me do it. But everybody else is going to know what clock, where's the clock? So you're going to have to give them that direction. If you use that thing, I want you to imagine that there's a clock on the floor. I mean, you're going to have to go for the full explanation of that. But go ahead and turn around now and just count your steps now.
Okay. We're going to do a right Yemenite. 1, 2, 3, 4, pause. A left Gemini, 1, 2, 3, 4, pause.
Good. Okay, good. Very good. Thank you so much. Okay. Very good. Very good. Very good. Okay. Sarah, how about Sarah? How about a little something about Sarah? And thank you for being so techie, Sarah. That's been a
Sure.
blessing.
Hey, Cindy, I was gonna ask you,
Yes.
so we're all ladies here. I just wanted to say today is the first day of my monthly gift, and I am really struggling. Like I have a migraine, I'm not
Yeah.
feeling well, crampy, and so I'm like, can I do my intro and can I maybe do the demonstration next time?
Absolutely. Go
Okay.
ahead. Yes. Yeah. Are you okay to
Yeah.
just sit and listen?
I've been struggling, like just looking at the screen. I'm like, I have a migraine behind my eyes, but it's okay.
Okay.
So yeah, so I'm 42, married with 3 children, living in Lake Tahoe, Nevada. I'm on the Nevada side of the lake. And I was raised in a Christian household, but we don't have a label. We're Torah pursuant, but also Messiah Yahushua believing. And so we're whole Bible believers. And I came into the walk from Christianity about 3.5 years ago. So doing the feast days and keeping Sabbath and wearing our tzitzits and the whole nine. But if you remember, so I'm 42. So in 99 and 2000, I was like a junior or senior in high school. And if you remember that movie, that animated movie, Prince of Egypt came out that year. And like I've seen it too many times to count. And I remember the very first time seeing the like Israeli dance was like animated, but I was like, oh my gosh, like I have to learn that. I want to know how to do that. And then all these years passed and I never really thought much of it. And then when I came into the walk, and actually I was invited to the dance conference that you did last year here in Carson City, Nevada. And I went and I was like, this is going to be amazing. And we did it and I loved it. And so I am a doctor of naturopathy and holistic and functional medicine. And so I'm going to be starting my own practice soon. And I plan to make this dance a part of my healing ministry. So that's my plan.
Great. Oh,
Great.
wonderful. Okay. Thank you, Sarah. Relax and we'll
Thank
go for it next week. Okay. Luann, why don't you demonstrate? Did you already demonstrate, Luann? I can't remember. No. Okay, Luann, why don't you do how about a right and left? Let's see. Do we do why don't you do a Cherkassia? I know you know that. Right and left Cherkassia. Yeah. Oh, microphone though. You got to turn your microphone. Yeah. Turn your microphone on.
There,
There you
got
go.
it?
Hi. Okay.
Trying to get it so you can see my feet and not my countertop.
Oh, perfect.
Okay, right and left Cherkassia. We're gonna start with our right foot. I'll show you how they go first. Maybe this way will be best.
Okay.
So we're gonna start with our right foot. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's the right Cherkassia. Left. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, I'm gonna fall over. Okay. So we're gonna start with our right foot. It's gonna go forward. Weight is gonna go on your right foot. You're gonna take the weight off your left. So that's 1. Now we're gonna put the weight back on our left. Our left foot is not gonna move. It's gonna kind of stay stationary, but you're gonna take your weight off. So it goes 1, 2, weight on your left, right foot back, 3, weight on your right, pick up the weight off your left, that's 3, and then weight back on your left is 4. So here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. So it's just your right foot that's moving forward and backward. Your left foot stays in one place. So the left Cherkassia is the same thing, only we're gonna shift our weight to our left foot, and our right foot is gonna stay in place. Left foot forward, weight on your left, take the weight off your right. 2, the weight's gonna go back on your right, off your left. Left is gonna go back, weight on it. 3 and 4. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Nice. Great. Wonderful. Okay. How about Anne, Michelle Ann? Where are you? No, wait, Michelle Ann. Hi, Michelle. Sorry about that. We're on the East Coast, us Easties. How are you feeling? Michelle Ann?
Yes.
Oh, okay. Hi.
Yes. So I'm talking in my laptop and videoing with my phone. Can you see me in the phone?
I can see you. There you are. And you're very cute. Okay. All right. Why don't you demonstrate? How about a couple of step crosses to your right and to your left?
All right. Step cross to your right, step cross to your left.
Uh-huh.
Now, I'm going to demonstrate for you. And we're
Do
gonna-
two on each side, two on each side.
All right. So with the step cross, you'll watch, I'm going to step with my right foot, cross over with my left, step with my right, and cross over with my left. Okay. And you want to use your arms as well, but I want you to pay attention to the feet first, and then we'll add our arms. Okay. And I like to speak so that my brain to my feet, that my feet are doing what my brain is telling it. So it's right, cross, and then I'll demonstrate to the left. You're going to step out on your left, cross with your right, step out on your left, and cross with your right. And so as I said before we started, you're going to use your hands as well. So as you step, your arms are going to go out to the right with a right, cross, right, cross. So again, we're going to the right. You're going to take your arms are going to go out as you step to the right. Bring your arms in as you cross with the left. You can snap or just bring them into cross your chest. Whoops, you probably want to see me as well. Let me demonstrate. And so right and cross. And then again with the left. So you're going to step with your left foot out, cross with your right, bring your arms in, arms out as your left foot goes out, and right cross. Let me demonstrate it so that you can see from the front, my arms and crossing the chest. And so again, it's going to be step and cross, step and cross. And so typically, so it's a 2 count, it's just 1 and 2, 1 and 2. And then to the left, you're going to bring your left foot out, cross with the right, left foot out, and cross with your right.
Great. That was awesome. Awesome, awesome. Okay. And how about let's see. Bonnie, I know that you're there, right? Are you there, Bonnie?
Yes.
Why don't you give us like a brief, just a little intro, and then why don't you talk us through for some reason we can't see you, but why don't you talk us through a 3 count turn to your right, okay? But go ahead and give us a little intro.
Okay, intro.
Just a little something about yourself, just, where you are and, if you're leading a dance ministry and, just something that maybe everybody doesn't know.
I am older. I'll just put it that way. And I was given the opportunity to lead dance at the synagogue where I attend about 3-4 years ago, and I accepted that role. And it has been a learning process the whole time. I'm teaching youngers now, more so than the older ladies that were there. And they are what I refer to as my cats, because a lot of the time they are like herding cats. But they're awesome. I just love them. And I'm hoping that I can pass on what I have learned to them and possibly pass on the leadership of this to one of them someday. Right now, the
Beautiful.
older ones of that group are 14, so it'll be a minute before that takes place.
Beautiful. That's beautiful.
Thank you.
Can you talk us through a 3-count turn to your right?
A 3-count turn to my right. I'm facing in the circle.
And to your left. Good.
And I will be stepping on my right foot. And I'm going to have that slightly turned out so that the turn in 3 parts works. So I'm going to step on my right foot. And as I'm turning outward, I'm going to step on my left foot. And then as I'm turning back in towards the circle, I will step on my right foot and bring them together. Okay. And turning to my left, I would be stepping on my left foot, slightly turning out. So I will face out the circle, step on my right foot, facing outward, and then bringing my left foot back behind me to face back in the circle again. And to count that, I would step on my right and it would be 1, 2, 3 together. And to the left, I would step left, right, left together.
Totally great. That's awesome. Thank you very much. I think we all got that too. Okay. We're going to do, Anne, why don't you, did you already do, and you didn't teach yet, Anne. Anne, why don't you do a waltz step for us? Open your mic up if you can.
Okay.
There you go.
Hi, everyone.
Hi.
I'm just kind of learning this. I've been watching the steps class. Anyway, I'm going to try to teach you the waltz. It's a 3-count. You may be familiar with the waltz. So we're going to start by going to the right.
And on the waltz step, why don't you like count it for us in a waltz tempo so we can hear it first?
It's 1 and 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. It's got kind of a swing.
So what you're saying, it's almost like 1, 2, 3. You want to go 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3.
Okay. So you want to go 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, and it has that kind of rhythm.
Mm-hmm.
So you can go to the right or the left, forward or backward with it. You can turn with it. But we're going to just start going to the right. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. So, and if you want to go to the left, it'd be 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. And
Okay. So what I would do, listen, Anne, what I would do is I would say, so people know right, left, right, left, right, left, right, left, right, left, right, left. So they know which feet you're utilizing on that. Try that again.
So we're going to do the waltz and we'll do a 3-count. And it's going to go 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. So we go right 1, left 2, 3, right 1, left. And
so actually just say the steps.
Okay.
Very slow. I know it's like kind of like, oh, maybe this was like a bit, but so go right, left, right, left, right, left.
Right, left, right, right, left, right, left, right.
Okay, so this one I want you to practice. This isn't bad or anything. It's just because I threw that at you and it's a big one and it's right. You might want to try it with your hands first, like this. Right, left, right, left, right, left, right, left, right, left, like you're playing a drum and then move it into your feet. Okay. How about do really quickly? How about try it again. I want you to do let me count it with you. I want you to actually move to it. Okay, here we go. Right, left, right, left, right, left, right, left, right. Good. Do it again. Here we go.
Right.
1, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. I want you to get the tempo in there. Okay. Yeah. So you'll practice that. And I know you do it because I've seen you do it. You did it in videos, so it's okay. But I personally think, just so you know, that you can teach dance. You can teach a dance as long as you know the dance so that you can communicate the dance. You know what I'm saying? Like you can know one dance and you can teach that dance, you know? So it's okay, but you just have to in your being know the dance enough to teach the dance. Go ahead and do it one more time. I want you to get that step so you can say it. First, I want you to count it. Go ahead.
Right, left, 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 right.
Good. Good. Now see if you can count it. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Just say the counts. Don't say the feet now.
1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3.
Much better, much better. Very good. Okay, great. Okay, thank you. All right. I just want to forgive me. I know Katie, we're going to do you. Tammy, did you do a step yet? I don't think you did a step. Did you do a step? I just can't, my brain is gone.
I didn't
Okay.
do a step.
Okay, hold on, hold that thought. Tammy, I want you to go ahead and would you do a 4 count turn to your right and to your left?
Okay. Can you see feet?
Almost. Back up a little bit more or pull your camera down a little bit. I got ankles. Now it's just blurry on my end. Is it blurry on everybody else's end or is it just me? Yeah. Okay. Okay, now you're all right. If you're okay, stop right there. Up a little bit. Come up a little bit. There. One more. Come up a little bit more. Okay. It's doable. It's doable. It's a little blurry. I'm not sure why. But go ahead and demonstrate and then talk us through it.
Okay, 4-point turn.
Yes.
Okay. So I would, for a 4-point turn, start with my right foot, turn slightly out,
Uh-huh.
then turning left, right, and left again.
Good. Good. Zoom background set to her blur. Oh, okay. All right. All right.
Do I need
Okay.
to take that background blur off?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
That's okay. We'll do it for next time. But I saw you did that very good. And we're going to go over 1 minute tonight. Okay. I'm just telling you. It's blurry because I think your background is still on blur. Is it still on blur?
Yes. Let me take that off.
Okay. Thank you, Sarah, for that. Thank you.
You're welcome. No worries.
Oh, you're so great. Okay. All right. So go ahead and turn your back to us.
Okay.
Okay. And now go ahead and turn to your teach it to the right or to the left.
Okay, so to my right, I would start with my right foot, turn slightly outward,
Mm-hmm.
and then I would step on my left, turning.
Mm-hmm.
I would go back with my right,
Mm-hmm.
and then in with my left.
Perfect. Now count it as you do it.
Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Wonderful. Wonderful. Perfect. Okay, that was great. excellent. Okay. Next week, I want you to, I'm going to do you, Katie, in 1 second here, but I want you to get 2 steps, your choice. Okay. 2 steps. I want you to plan on teaching us those 2 steps. Okay. You want to say the step, you want to demonstrate it, and then you want to teach it. Okay. And I want you to try to find the counts in it. Okay. You know, whether it's 3 counts like a wall step or 4 counts or whatever. Okay. So that's part of your little homework tonight. But
Did you
Katie,
want it as a combination or just 2 separate steps?
well, 2 steps together. So, you know, it'll be like a combination, I suppose, you know, and, you know, that'll be great. Okay. We can put some music to it if you want, but for right now, I just want you to plan on teaching beginners 2 steps. Okay. And that's great. Now I want to come back to you, Katie. Katie, hi. Give us just a quickie hello and a little intro, and then I'm going to give you a couple of steps to do.
Okay. So
Okay.
my name's Katie, and I am 70 years old, and I've had 7 children. Kind of like the sevens are kind of. Let's see. None of my kids are home anymore, so they're all grown. So I don't have to worry about noise in the background or kids walking to the refrigerator when I'm teaching. We saw somebody come behind you.
Yes,
Mindy,
that
and
would be that would be
but-
Ellie. She came home, she worked, and she got home, and she ran over there.
Yeah. So Messianic congregations, first of all, I grew up dancing. My mom was a dance teacher, and so I've been doing dance ever since I was little. But Messianic dance to me is more, spiritual and worshipful, because other dancing and other dances and things that I've done are more like I've been performing, where I feel like dancing with a group of people in a circle, and we're doing it basically for worship, to me is much more fulfilling. Also, it just seems to me like that's really what I want to do. As far as if I want to teach now, I would much rather be teaching this and passing this dance on to the next generation. So that's kind of in a nutshell. Okay, what would you like me to try?
I would like you.
Still haven't. I'm still learning. I would like that list, because I know you sent me a video, I think, of the dance steps, but I don't have their names down to all of them. But I think I could maybe describe what they are, even if I wasn't sure what they was called.
Did you okay, so did you get an email stay on after we're done, and I'll just
Okay,
I'll
because
just
I
ask
got
you.
I got your email with some videos of basic steps, but I don't know if it has a list or
Did you
am I
get the
supposed-
link? Did you get the link to this meeting? I sent a big
Oh,
link and all those dates.
Just before
Okay.
just before I got
Okay,
in.
I'll resend that to you. Okay.
Okay.
Sorry about that. Okay. What it might have went to junk, because I did send you, but just stay on there. Can you do a jazz square or a box step?
A
Same
box
thing.
step. Oh, well, you know what? I did watch the first couple of things, because wasn't the box step was one of the first ones in the video.
Okay, so
and
yeah,
I was
let's see your feet. Back
to
up a little bit. There you go. Okay.
box step, 2 to the right and
Oh,
1
okay. You
to
know,
the left and 1 to the back. And this was a
okay,
box
so that, by the way, is also a box step. It comes from a dance called Sulam Yaakov. So that's good. Let's do that again. That will take that as a box step as well.
This is one kind of box step where we step to the side twice, to the right, and then you go 1 step forward with your left foot, then step to the left twice and go back with the right foot.
Perfect.
1,
Now turn.
3, 4. 1,
There you go.
3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Very, very nice. That was awesome.
Then the
Okay.
other box step was crossover, back, together, right?
Okay, okay, I think it's a little bit different, but turn your back. Yeah.
Okay. Or you
There you go.
crossover.
Well, actually, what you're gonna do, yeah, I'll go over that. But it's a little bit different than that, but that was excellent. Now I want to ask everybody, did everybody, just so I think everybody had an opportunity to teach and give a little introduction to everybody? Yes, I thought you did. Okay, good. Yay, yay, yay. Okay. I want to just say, first of all, that was so great. It was so great. And thank you for kind of going on this journey with me in seeing how it works best. So it was wonderful. And I think it's going to be really good. I think you guys are going to get a lot out of it. And I think that as you speak it and as you do it, affirm it'll affirm your teaching and gifting and all of that. So, I'm excited for that. Okay, so what I did for next week, so pick 2 steps. I didn't say that. I just did it in the syllabus. We'll do a kind of like teach combinations. Pick 2 steps of your choice to put together. A combination basically is a dance, but you don't have to redo it. Just 2 steps together. It can be your choice of what it is. Okay. And I want you to do it in the format of you're going to say it, what you're going to do. You'll demonstrate what you're going to do, and then you'll teach it. Okay. It shouldn't take more than a minute or 2 to do that. And if you can find the counts to it, find the counts. The other thing, did everybody get the attachment of the article? It was this huge, no, okay. Who needs it? Who needs it? Okay. Okay. So it's only an article within this big paper. It's a great paper. It's by Lucinda Coleman. And it's an old paper, but it's probably, it was in a journal. It was like 11 pages long, and I'll resend the email to you it'll have all the dates that we're meeting on the Mondays. It'll have this reoccurring link, and it'll have 2 attachments, the attachments of the steps and the attachment of this paper. There's a lot of other articles in there. I think it starts at page 53. I said what page it starts on. I want you to read it, okay? And I want you to write a 1-page, really like 3 paragraphs, and a paragraph could have 5 to 7 sentences in it. I don't want you to recap it. I want you to write 3 points that impacted you for your ministry. It can be anything. I'm not grading your writing, your grammar, but I want you to read it, because you're going to come up with 3 things, and then the next person's going to come up with 3 things. But these things are going to, and I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to come up with, 3 things. So you're going to come up with 3 things, and you're going to support your points in your paragraph. I blah, 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 and this stood out to me because of why, I want to hear why, what reason. I don't need to hear recap of the article. We all have the article on that. Okay. All right. Any questions for everybody? It's not too much. It'll be something to think about. I pray you enjoy everything this week. Stay on, Carol and Katie. I just want to make sure I can resend the emails to you after we get off here. Bonnie, I want you to work on your camera, although you taught it very well. Well, actually, over the course of what we've been doing, we have had a couple of people who had no vision. They were blind, and they came with somebody else. So I can only imagine what it was like. You did really well doing that. Everybody did excellent. So
Mindy?
please, yes.
So will we always expect it to be a 2-hour long class then?
Yes.
Okay.
Are you okay with that? Okay.
Yeah. My husband was just asking, and I was like, oh,
Yes.
I'm not sure.
I'll try to be a little bit more, we went over 9 minutes, but I'm going to end the meeting right now. But let them close in prayer. Next week, somebody else is going to do the opening and closing. We're going to just do it like that. So Father, thank you so very much for each person here. And let me ask, does anybody need anything particular, any prayer or anything like that? Or you do, just say it. We'll put it out there. Okay. Father, thank you so much just for your heart, your love. Father, thank you for each person here. Father, we remember this Holocaust Remembrance Day. Father, may it never be forgotten. Father, you are in control, you are in charge, but thank you for each of these worshipers, each of these ladies who want to worship you with their whole heart, soul, and strength. And I pray that you would bless them this week, that you would help them, that you have them feel better if they need to, physically as well, emotionally, spiritually, anything that they need, Father. We thank you and we bless you in Yeshua's name. Amen.
Amen.
Amen. Amen. I have to get out of the record here. Hold on a second. All right. Let me stop that.
Oh, and Mindy, I also did put the attachment for that article in the chat.